my boys, good morning. In this beautiful day I will give you a great farming strategy for doing Harbingers in your maps. So let's start somewhere. Let's compare it to the one that I did in Setos of Kalgur and explain what it changed, yeah? So with this strategy expect a lot of shards for all the currency here. A lot of Exalted Orb shards, Ancient Orb shards, Annulment Orb shards, yeah? But we mostly want these ones, Fracturing Orb shards and Mirror shards. Not only gets better because this can also get converted into an actual orb. So when the shard drops, you can get an actual orb. This is from the skill tree. But in addition to this, we will pair it up with Beyond. I always farm Harbingers with Beyond. I always talk on YouTube that people should take Beyond with Harbingers. This is because Harbinger spawns a lot of monsters. And those monsters, when you kill them, will spawn a lot of Beyond monsters. And this will help you in multiple ways. Extra loot, power level, you will level up very fast and you get extra gold. Even if you do tier 16, because there are tons of monsters from the Harbingers and the Beyond, you will level up very fast. So this has a good synergy. And you also get tainted currency on top, yeah? So you can get tainted fusing orb, divine teardrops, mythic orbs, etc. You get tainted currency, this is the idea. And now the change that happened, we can no longer put ritual altars to drop omens. So the DGG did a change. While you were clearing the altars, you could drop omens in the past. Now this is no longer the case. Because of this, in this variation, I will not take ritual altars, and instead we will focus on Delirium Mirror. So we can get even more monsters, and I will explain why it's important. So of course we're doing Harbingers, we're gonna take all the Harbinger nodes here. Good. Now Beyond, we're doing Beyond, but you wanted to take with this keystone. This will disable the possibility to spawn a Beyond boss. We don't want a Beyond boss because it will end the Beyond. We want permanent Beyond while we're farming Harbinger, so we get permanent monsters in your maps, which is great. Here you can play with these nodes at the top as always. This will give you more chance for divination cards, more chance for currency. Yeah, here basic currency. It says here, followers will be there, 30% more basic currency items if you want this, or if you want the divination cards. Now, on top of that, we will take here the Mirror of Delirium, and you want to allocate it with this keystone here, Unending Nightmare, so the Mirror of Delirium will not end. Basically, we get extra monsters on top. And why you're asking me, why it's so important to have so many monsters in your maps? Well, in addition to extra loot, experience and gold, remember that you can get divination cards. Now, for example, I scried on City Square here Mageblood. Maybe Mageblood has a low drop chance. Maybe you want to scry something else like Ivory Temple. You see the cards here. You have Fracturing of Divine Orb. Idea is you want to scry expensive divination cards on the map that you're farming Harbingers. And with the Mirror of Delirium Beyond and all the monsters and juicing that we're doing here, you have more chances to drop the favored divination cards on top of the loot from the Harbingers. So our time needs not to get wasted. That's why we need to juice it this way. This is the pure guy style. On top of that, you want to take this node. Up to 5 rare monsters your maps are possessed and their minion touched. Man, I'm not doing the trade now. I'm doing the video. So this, if they are possessed, will drop more loot. It's great for these nodes. And you want a lot of explicit effect modifiers so we can drop more loot overall in the map. Yeah, we take this, we take this. Again, you can drop the favor divination cards, you can drop the tainting currency and more stuff in this map. That's why we're gonna take even this one for more quantity. See, take this one for more quantity. We want to drop a lot of stuff. You don't want to rely just on the shards that you get from the Harbingers. You want to find good stuff there, you know? And lastly, we have the Eater of Vault altars, because from time to time you can get a good altar. For example, Divine Orb altar, Exalted Orb altar, divination cards that award other divination cards, good SCARABs, etc, etc. And my boys will have the Atlas PoE planner in the description of this video, so you can copy it yourself and see how great it is. Because PoE guy gives you only good methods. Now we should run a map, no? Let me log in fast on my other character. So I have here the FULCRUM Chieftain, which is great for farming Harbingers. So let's go here, my boys. Let's open a map and let's juice it. You go here. 1 second. I'll prepare a map, because we need to run it. Juice it. You put the regex filter. Put the Orb of Alchemy, very basic setup. What I need to stress here that the Harbingers are not affected by the quantity of the map, but the Beyond monsters, the Mirror of Delirium and the other crap inside the map, it's affected. That's why you want to juice it. Never run your maps white if you're doing Harbingers with Beyond and Mirror, because we want to get extra loot in the map. If you rely just on the shards, it's time wasted in my opinion, and we don't want to waste time. Here the SCARAB setup is very sexy as always. We're gonna use 3 Harbinger SCARABs, same as Setos of Kalgur, Harbas of Regency, so this has a chance to spawn a powerful Harbinger boss. It's what we really want. Here it's the big loot. And this one, the shards can get duplicated, the currency shards will get duplicated. So you get 1 mirror shard, You'll get 2 mirror shards. Hey, this is the dream. Already had them here, what do you know? Already had them there. Here on the map device, you want to put Harbinger, you select the correct skill tree, and you put here Eater of Walls, and you hit it. I'll do a map showcase, then I'll close the beautiful video. In case you have not noticed, this video is very beautiful. Okay. You take the Mirror of Delirium. Let's see what we get in this map. Now this is a 0 button build, you know, 0 button build, no stress. Oh, you just move around, everything dies. Let's check divines, no? Oh. You need to make sure that your computer will not... yeah, if you're farming this, make sure that your computer will not explode. Yeah. You're getting a lot of loot. With this, you'll see a lot of loot, a lot of gold. You can see the gold on the minimap, yeah? Check the minimap here, a lot of gold for King's March. Because this spawns also beyond monsters, yeah? They will not understand. Okay, let's see. Let's explode the boss fast. Okay, let's explode the boss here. Oh, come on, die. Nice. Now let's continue with the map. Let's take our loot. So yeah, you don't want to rely just on the Harbingers when you're farming Harbingers, because some maps you will not get fracturing or you will not get mirror shards. Oh, by the way, don't expect a lot of mirror shards. Let's take this. See, we have altars. And you want to have supplementary content, you know. That's the idea. The budget for this build, it's around 60 Divine Orbs. I made it in Settlers and now I remade it in Secrets of the Atlas. 60 Divine Orbs, everything that you see here, and the build shreds. This build is mostly used for Harbingers, Abyss, and Breach. Again, I'll put the build guide in the description of this video if you want to see it. And here you pray that you get good currency, Exalted Orb Shard, Ancient Orb Shard, Annulment Orb Shard, or Fracturing Orb Shard and Mirror Shard. Yeah. It's also very easy to level up because this place gives a lot of experience. And I'll write to this guy to wait a little. I mean, you can pick even the Chaos Orb Shards if you want. He didn't answer back, you know. I said here, let me know if you can wait 1 minute. I will not do the trade. I'll put it again, maybe he didn't. I won't sell the jewel to him because he didn't reply back. Okay, my boys. Yeah, it's very fun. It's a fun farm when you get bored, you know, you watch for fracturing shards. Idea, you want to drop a mirror shard, because if you drop one, it will get duplicated. But it's important, when you're farming your map, it should be map with a small layout. For example, a jungle valley, dunes is also great, or city square, something with small layout so it's easy to complete all the Harbingers fast. You don't want a maze. Look here, I dropped an Ancient Orb Shard and got converted to an Ancient Orb. This can happen even from Fracturing Shards. You drop a Fracturing Shard and it gets converted in a full Fracturing Orb. Oh. So yeah, the biggest problem for this farm, realistically speaking, is your PC. Your PC needs to handle it because there's a lot of action on the screen. You can also drop fracturing bases that can be expensive. Man, this map was horrible actually. This is not a fracturing base. Ooh, horrible map. Man, I'm gonna open a new one, you know. Always like this, when I'm doing a showcase I get garbage loot. Let's do another map. Yeah, this map was horrible. Horrible map. Gonna do this one, we do it. Yeah, I'm not happy with the loot here. I wanted to showcase how great is this strategy and I got trash loot. Yeah. Okay, let's see.
It's all in your head.
Okay. Let's pay the boss a visit. Oh la 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 la. Oh la 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 la. Whoa. No, with this build, if the bosses don't want to die fast, you go, you explode the monster pack and you go back. Let's do an explosion. So you will do a big explosion that will apply ignite. The ignite will get reflected onto you. And then we do shit ton of damage. Let's go. You see? It was explained in the build guide how this works. No, I won't sell you anything. I told you to wait, you didn't wait. So I asked him to write in the chat if he wants to wait. He didn't write anything, I won't sell you it. Okay. You see, this one, Ancient Shards, they sell good because we wanna get Ancient Orbs and people really use Ancient Orb at the moment, they sell good. So expect a lot of Ancient Orbs in the farm. But again, what we really want are Mirror Shards and Fracturing Orb Shards. These are the things that everyone wants, you know. You can pick, by the way, the Chaos Orb Shards.
Death waits with open the Trathan code. I expected more.
Okay. Oh. Also, because we're spawning in addition beyond monsters, I'm getting good experience. So the moment I will reach 97 today. So there are shit ton of monsters here. The Harbingers spawn a lot of monsters and then we get a lot of beyond monsters on top. Yeah, so if you want to do the build, it costs around 60 divines. It's excellent for farming Harbingers. I made it mostly for Harbinger farm. Yeah, look. 0 button blade, by the way. I'm just moving around. Good times. I'm literally drinking my coffee while I'm playing with the mouse. Yeah, so yesterday I farmed Harbingers. I got 2 fracturing orbs and a bunch of fracturing shards. But still need luck. But we can actually drop the favor divination card. Let me explain. This is beautiful because we have a lot of monsters here from the Delirium Mirror and beyond. And in my case it's apothecary. We can drop it. If you don't want to go with this one because it has a very low drop chance, I highly encourage that you will scry Ivory Temple. You will get the Sephiroth, which drops much more often. Or I see Brothers for Fracturing Orb. Yeah, so this is more consistent. Here I was greedy. I want to pick the biggest jackpot from the divination card drop pool. So yeah, you can put Ivory Temple map for those cards if you want. No. They drop more often, this is the idea. You will see them more often. The Apothecary drops rarely. But when it drops, you will be happy. Annulment She, Annulment of Shard, Ancient of Shard, good. Whoa! Let's take this. The build is pretty much immortal, you just need to pay attention to the build guide and make it right. Yeah, because one thing is to play a build, a different thing is to do the build right, you know. There are people that skip the build guide, they do a mess and then they blame it on the build, you know. They don't blame it that they didn't pay the attention to the build guide, they blame it on the build, you know. They have a mess inside. Now, if you watch the build guide and you listen to all the warnings, you won't have any problem. Also, you need to use a regex filter when rolling these maps, because there are some map modifiers that will break the build, so you need to be careful, yeah? Good, good. Come on, something. Shing! You want to hear the shing? Shing! Shing my ass. You're gonna take this one. Yeah, don't expect a lot of mirror shards, fracturing orb shards, but you should see some fracturing orb shards at least in 10 maps run, you know, like 6 or 8, because they will get duplicated, you know. Mirror shards, I think it's like in every 70 maps or 60 maps, something like that. Maybe 100 maps, or maybe I'm just lucky. So like every 100 maps you could see mirror shards. But don't expect them in every map. The dream is to get a mirror shard, and that mirror shard can get converted into a mirror of Calandra. That's the dream. Good. Today I will stream on Twitch and I will farm this. I will put a counter with the profit that I make. I will put a counter for the mirror shards and fracturing orb shards. The other loot doesn't matter to me. And let's see in one day if I farm this, how many mirror shards, how many fracturing orb shards I get. Yeah, I like such experiments. Nice. Well, that's about it. I'll close the beautiful video. Explaining again that I'll put the Atlas PoE planner in the description of this video, you know, so you can copy it easier. My boys, I'll go finish my coffee, I'll go on the balcony, and see you in game. Good luck.